Hi, welcome to a tarot reading. Welcome to my channel. My name is Caroline. If you haven't been here before, do some channeled card readings and also some music I play, which I'm slowly building on, and you can observe this journey with me. But wow, set the intention to bring forth a message of truth and love, and yeah, I hope this brings you joy. Also, I'm like kind of being quiet. I wish didn't have to be the quiet actually, but I'm like at someone's house, so I'm like, I don't want to like be too much of like a freak, but like who cares, right? It's like, you know, being a spiritual freak, whatever. So let's bring through a message and let's see what's to come. I did see the Strength card before, so that sort of was telling me like, you know, you have the strength to like triple ones, be in your power and like be in your like truth and your voice and like say the things that are on your mind and just like be like, fuck it, whatever, like this is like 1 2 3, like I'm ascending, like this is where I'm going into the new earth. That's the world that I'm into and going into. And like, you know, if there's something on my mind, something on my throat, something on my heart, then it might need to be shared. You have no idea why, but emotionally, like this could bring a lot of balance to the people around you or to yourself. Queen of Cups, and like you are that like feminine energy of like overflowing like abundance and beauty, and like, you know, she's like holding her prize and crown and she's cherishing it. And this like little it looks like like a little Pokemon to me, like an unknown Pokemon that she's just kind of like cherishing, and she's like, yeah, this is my artwork, this is like my beautiful she's got like a little rose around her like cape, so like on her like chest, so it's kind of like this creative kind of like overflowing like energy too, and just like trust that that is where you are, and like that's what you are, and like how you are showing up and being, and that is a beautiful thing. And like, why, you know, it's like, why would you want to like hide that or like repress that? Because repression, and I feel like this kind of relates to the last message as well, of like not repressing like what it is like your internal guidance is like telling you and like sharing with you to do, and like maybe reflecting on like what emotions are you repressing. But with the Queen of Cups here, it looks like you're sort of like flowing in them and like have some kind of like commands over these emotions, and like this like beautiful world is like overflowing. Ooh. Okay, so this card is the Ten of Swords, and as gruesome as that looks, like, as you know, this kind of gives me the feeling of like, well, I've been listening to Nirvana a lot, and like Kurt Cobain, like that kind of like very grunge kind of like just like rest in peace kind of like vibe of like things being like feeling like, you know, he was like constantly in pain, like he was constantly like I think he had like this stomach issue with acid, and like, you know, maybe the only time he felt actual joy was when he was creating. And like this feels like with Ten of Swords like something that's behind you, and like you're recognizing that it is in the past as well, and that yeah, that because it's in the past, it's kind of like, yeah, something that, sorry, I kind of got distracted. Someone just said they sent me money. So maybe you're receiving like money, and like you are like transmuting something through this like receptivity, or it's like being broken down to then be like refilled. Yeah, actually now I'm feeling like I've lost the train a little bit, but yeah, the friend who sent that to me said that they're in like also like a hibernation kind of like period of like their like life as well, which yeah, I mean, it feels like they also have told me that they're like finally like moving like on from something too, like leaving something to rest kind of, which is like what this sort of like is. It's like you're finally kind of like leaving it to rest, if that makes sense. And they told me that they were like not believing anymore the like apparent lies or like things that they'd been told, and instead like they're going like about things in like a more optimistic kind of like way of like looking at things financially. Like they would tell me yeah, like they've heard like the lie, well, elephants also might be significant, of like you know, things like money things are like not, like it's not worth saving money or something because like the system is gonna collapse. Like they told me like that's just like something that they now think because like they've been like, they're like in their late 30s or early mid 30s now, and they're like that's just like some kind of like lie that they've been like told or like eaten up so that they wouldn't like save money, if that makes sense. But they're seeing now that like for so many years that's been the story, that they're kind of like seeing through that to where they're kind of like, you know what, no, like I'm actually just gonna be optimistic about the future and like maybe not read into that too much, and like kind of like take their power back by kind of like looking at it like in a positive way of like, if I do like you know, like count my monies, like save my money and like invest in myself and like my own like creativity and like yeah, because you're getting like two queens, which is like, yeah, I guess it's very like creative or like flowing kind of like energy. So yeah, it feels like there's like, yeah, something that you're like looking to like towards like, if that makes sense. Like oh my god, I just like paused the recording because like someone walked past. But like this is like kind of like this like also like charismatic kind of like energy, which is like taking you forwards, and it's almost like this like you can like fake it till you make it, which I like kind of buy into that in some sense. Like I feel like kind of like creating this other like persona for yourself, and like kind of like being able to like step into that skin, as like we all have like many different like you know, like personas and things and like characters that we take on like that, and like believing more in that is almost like acting as some kind of like guiding thing, you know. Oh my god, I feel like oh my god, help me. But like this I feel like is kind of like what I'm like making a thumbnail for the video, but like what we've been talking about, because like it is like the Fool, right? Which is just like jumping into something and being like whatever, like I don't give a damn, like I'll be the Fool, like and of course like not doing things like purposely like recklessly like to harm yourself or like, you know, like anything like that. Yeah, but oh my god. Yeah, just sorry. Yeah, it's like this kind of like energy of like jumping out of this, like, and that's kind of like what's needed, you know. This sort of like more like sunny idiocy like outlook, not idiocy, you know, but like this kind of like whimsy, like you're wearing like flowers, daisies for eyes kind of thing, like you're wearing these like glasses full glasses, like glasses all the way, more than half full. Oh my god, fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that all in. I feel like, you know, we're just like flowing in here with the universe, whatever. So that's all part of I'm just like, yeah. But like, I guess, yeah, I'm seeing mirrored energies there, so 1001. And of course this comes out again, which is like talking about like, yeah, there being like balance in your like financial, like this came out 2 videos ago, like balance in like your financial position, which is funny because we were just talking about money. So it feels like, yeah, I guess the channeling is pretty, sometimes it really surprises me like how much, like, you know, how predictive I can be, like certain things that I haven't even come up yet. So yeah, and I guess that kind of energy is kind of bringing about this like balance of like, yeah, things like the number 6 is like very stable number and like very you know, kind of expanding like gradually. And so yeah, that, whoa, I saw like 11 as well. And so that sort of feels like a good place to end. I hope there was like something in there that kind of made like a little bit of like semblance of sense. But yeah, it's like you're like leaping into something through this like yeah, like balance or like mastery of like your own emotional state and like being able to trust your own, I don't know, like state of being and fully leave behind something so that you can like come into like a more balanced place, like both like externally and like internally. And it also feels like very creative and feminine, like the way that it's being created, which is like pretty different to like the way that like society like tells you it has to be, or like the way that like the certain structures are like put into place of like there needs to be like this definitive like plan. But no, it's like you're actually being put more into balance through like this more like feminine, like more gentler like kind of way of like being. And then yeah, here it's like we've got like, wow, what a vibe, the body movement cards. So that one talks about, yeah, so I guess it's like talking about like fully like grounding this in more. And you know, like, oh shoot, that stuff usually comes about through like, even through your like your body, I guess, like cycling things out. Your body wants to like, you know, old emotions and like old things that get stuck in your body, like you know, getting rid of that stuff. That I feel like for me that sometimes can be like the last final step, because it's just so physical. Like everything comes in and then finally, like, you know, it's like eating food, like you eat it and then eventually, you know, you go shit and then like it all comes out. I feel like your body like updating is like kind of like the last final way to like remove all the toxic stuff like from your thoughts, your emotions, and then like, you know, your like auric field, and then finally like your body, because it's just so dense and physical. Whereas like usually people would go like the other way of like, oh, I'm gonna make everything work from like the physical world first. So yeah, anyway, so I think that's like part of, yeah, anyways, your body wants to express itself through movement. Listen to your body and it will tell you what type of movement it craves. Your physical body has its own life force and intelligence, and it's part of the same elemental kingdom as the fairies. It's both childlike and demanding. And I saw the number before, 13 on the timer. And as well as mature and insightful. This card indicates your body's wisdom and asks you to honor your body's need for exercise and movement. Wow. Wow, if that ain't hitting home, then I don't know what is. Yeah, cellular change. You could probably experience a lot of cellular change. Before I saw the numbers 333 as well. And yeah, just ask your body what it wants to do. Like, go for a walk, go dancing, stretching. I've been doing like fascia, Tibetan like move stretches. And yeah, affirmations, I lovingly pay attention to my body's needs. So I feel like that's really good. Like, even just like sleeping for like as long as you need, and like until you feel fully like, oh, okay, I can finally get up, or like going to bed like really early and getting up really late. I feel like it's really nice way to like treat your body too. And then like, you know, actually like giving it good foods, and then getting some fresh air, refreshing it. So yeah, I guess that is like really symbolic. It's like this to this, like go out into, yeah, and then some kind of like balance will occur. And so yeah, so that's like everything. And yeah, I hope that came across, like, and you got like the message, you got the download from that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and like everything. And yes, just like a moment of gratitude, yes, for like where we are in life, and like the kinds of new types of problems that like we're facing, like, and like the new kinds of ways that we take to like address them. Because yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's like really important the way that you move, maybe not as much as what you do, but how you do it, or like the way that, I don't know, I feel like the way that you address your problems is like really, yeah, very important. And yeah, so I'm very glad to have new problems and yeah, different things going on. So anyway, yes, thank you, and sayonara.